Hi guys, welcome back to a mainly rainy Lazy T edition here. Well, we're onto the porch today, and that's just how it is. So I got my chop saw here set up. So I know I had some electrical stuff laid out yesterday, but I need to do something really before I kind of get running with that electrical stuff, and that's to do the tops of the bathroom, the ceiling in the bathroom. I'm going to put 1-inch rough sawn lumber on the top that may eventually get covered with our ceiling. So the 1-inch stuff is really just going to be kind of a base because I need to have a space up there, one, to unwrap or run some wires to and have them just kind of congregate there in that area. I also have a vent, a bathroom vent / light fixture that's there that's got to be mounted, and I need something a little more durable than just this ceiling, this 1/4-inch ceiling tongue and groove that we're going to use. And then I've got a pull box. I've got a large pull box up there that's going to be mounted. I think it's a 12 by 12 that's going to be mounted there, and of course all my wires are going to run out of that. So I need to get that done. I could do that both on 1 and 3, so it may take a little bit. I got to figure things out. I may actually drive it in with actual hand-driven nails because it's raining out right now. I think you can see the wetness gleaming off of cabin 2's subfloor there. So, hey, we'll make it happen with hammer or air gun, some way. It's gonna happen. All right, guys, here we go. Portion above the bathroom here turned out great. It certainly is a little snug. I struggled to get those nails that were way back in the back there. I mean, my hammer was sideways and I had about a 3 or 4 inch vertical strike on it, so it took a minute. But this is great. So now I've got to figure out, I've got to frame this out a little bit here, because you see it doesn't come as far as the rafter, and my boards are going to come up and terminate obviously behind the ceiling. Okay, the ceiling will come along the rafter and then along the collar tie, so there'll be a flat portion in the center. So that portion there will be flat. But I need to create something for the boards that are coming up vertical for them to nail into. I also have to provide some sort of door or hatch, some way that's going to be accessible, because I'm going to have that large pull box that's up here and I have to have access to it in order to use that. But plenty of room. I mean, hot water heater is going to be mounted up here. Front of this is where the mini split, the indoor part of the mini split will be. And yeah, plenty of room up here for electricals and stuff like that. So we got stuff to figure out. Guys, just coming down to the end of the day here, I wanted to show you what I've been working on here now that the ceiling is now in the bathroom and my platform is starting to form up. So I wanted to, again, I needed to come up with some sort of nailing system for my boards that are going to come up through here and terminate up in the rafters. So, I mean, I'm just framing this out a little bit, you know, tying it into the rafters. And then again, this gap here is, you know, that's my nemesis right there. But I think I should be able to, I'm going to keep working on it obviously here and then today and tomorrow. But I should be able to make some vertical studs along here, kind of tie them together, and it would probably look like a step pattern as you go through the rafter, or I should say the rafter space, I guess. And then my vertical siding, interior siding will go straight up into that and have nailers. And then of course across my collar ties is going to be our ceiling. So I think I just need to keep pecking away at it. It's one of these things I don't quite have a grasp on the best way to do it, so I'm just kind of hemming and hawing and, you know, cutting some boards to length and trying to make it happen. So this board here is just it's just where that board ended up. I'm going to cut that one up probably and make more vertical studs for that. So as that area develops up there, again, I need to have a trap door type thing, some sort of access panel to get into my pull box that's going to be up there, as well as the hot water heater. Let's just leave it at this and say I need to get up there to access maintenance of any kind to whatever mechanicals I'm going to have up there. So we'll just leave it at that. And then, so I was also measuring out for my mini split, my indoor air handler above kind of in the middle there. I would love to have it centered kind of like on the cross, the collar tie. I'm going to have to look into condensate removal because the way just the measurements right now, the way the floor of that ceiling is, and the distance I have to have that air handler from the ceiling, there's not enough space for the drain tube to go out the back at a down angle, at a sloped angle, and drain out the back. So I've got to come up with another solution for that. There's really no, I've looked at this area 100 times and just different ways I could have done it to facilitate having that air handler a little higher, and it's just not there. So, I mean, you know, I've thought of reducing the door height, you know, all sorts of stuff have come and gone through my head and trying to figure it out. So I've did some quick research. There are some really neat little condensate pumps and things like that. So I would rather let gravity do its job, but you know, and I'll know more going down the line, but it's definitely on my research tab to go look at, you know, another solution for that. I may, you know, I'm even thinking of stringing that tube down along the door jamb and down out through the floor. That's an option as well. So anything's on the table as far as that goes, including putting the air handler in another location. So we'll just have to see what's best for the situation. So that being said, a little after 5, it's about 5:15 or so here in the afternoon. Decent day of work. It hasn't rained at all this afternoon as I'm looking outside here, but crawling around up there, I'll easily be able to get cabin 3's ceiling and stuff done Tomorrow I'm going to peck away at the framing for that upper area up there as well. And yeah, then we'll just see what's next on the chopping list. I do want to start installing some of the electrical stuff this week. And yeah, we're going to get to it. Okay. All right, guys, listen, I appreciate if you have some ideas for me, let me know. My ear is always open, and I'm always looking for good ideas. So if you have something, leave something for me down below in the comments. And yeah, I guess we'll see you on the next one, guys.